Let's take a look at our tail of the tape there. See, 23 versus age is 31. Heavyweights here, 250 versus 263. 6 foot, you see the big size discrepancy there at 6'8", and a bit of a reach advantage as well for Smoak. All right, let's go inside the weigh to get our official introductions.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest brought to you by I.O. is scheduled for 3 rounds in the Fury Amateur Series Heavyweight Division. Introducing your first competitor, fighting out of the blue corner. This freestyle fighter stands 6 feet tall. He weighed in at 250.4 pounds. Fighting out of San Antonio, Texas. He holds an amateur record of 3 wins, only 1 defeat. This is Robbie Knuckles, Olivarez. And introducing his opponent across the cage, fighting out of the right corner. This mixed martial artist is 6 feet, 8 inches tall, and he weighed in officially at 263.2 pounds. Also fighting out of San Antonio, Texas, today he looks for his first win as an amateur. This is Sterling Smoak. Your referee in charge, Ruben Barrion.
Referee giving the last minute instructions to our fighters here. See the intensity in the stare down. Give you a good perspective of the size difference there as well. All right, our second fight of the afternoon is underway.
Let's see if Robbie Knuckles is going to try to go over the top. He's already hurt.
Heavy hands.
I was going to say, going straight punches for straight punch is going to be tough with this tall man. Let's get over the top. I was curious if we'd see that striking difference. That started about as quick as it could have.
Some pretty heavy punches to get going there from Smoak. Olivarez in the clinch now, probably about the best position he could ask for right now.
Yeah, he definitely wants to kill some time right now because he took some big shots in those first 2 exchanges.
And he's got some damage on the side of his head,
about to get ran over there. Got to get out of the way there.
Yeah, you don't want to be underneath these guys if they fall down, referee. Oh, yeah, these are big shots. You got to be careful. A big man that's in trouble like this is very, very dangerous. Oh!
Robbie Knuckles with a right hand of his own.
Jeez.
Blood dripping pretty heavily out of the nose now of Rob Olivarez, sorry.
The straight punches from Big Smoak and the looping punches of Robbie Knuckles, I mean.
Keeping up with the pace of the night, that's for sure.
Yeah, Sterling Smoak is huge. He is so big, and he's able to reach Olivarez while he's punching, and just knowing that those punches aren't going to hit him. Olivarez landed that big overhand right, Alex, but Smoak needs to make some distance here and get this. This downtime is only favoring Rob Olivarez.
Yeah, and it was just those straight punches. I think it was the jab of Big Smoak that opened up the nose of Olivarez.
Just under 1.5 minutes left here in this first round. You can see Smoak there, mouth open a little bit, taking a few deep breaths, maybe trying to settle in now.
Man, the knees are good, but I don't think those punches to the body are worth the energy spent.
Yeah, you can see Olivarez is bleeding all over Sterling Smoak.
Olivarez with some foot stomps there. Maybe not the most effective right now for his situation, but I love to see those very aggravating little strikes there.
A technique a bit lost, but not forgotten.
Yeah.
Definitely an older school move. Now, I mean, it looks like he's looking to connect his hands for maybe a guillotine.
Yeah, or maybe that ninja choke, and those long arms, Alex, will help with that.
But man, if Smoak gets put on his back, either by choice with the guillotine or not by choice with the takedown, that's going to be a big guy to have on top of you and Olivarez.
Yeah, Olivarez is bleeding pretty bad. Smoak doing a good job of neutralizing him here. And I think Olivarez, I mean, he's trying, but I think he's just trying to preserve his gas tank here. It's the first time he's gone past the first round. So even with this, him getting down like this, I think this is still a Sterling Smoak round.
Yeah, I mean, he did all the damage. I mean, you guys can see on the cage all the blood. A lot of blood.
Yeah, Fury crew having to work hard already this afternoon, get all this blood cleaned up.
You girls watching at home, you want to be a ring card girl. Sometimes you got to walk through some blood.
That's right.
The job.
That's right. Don't tell me the ring card girl's job is easy.
Shout out to Sheath Underwear for providing the ring card girls' uniforms. Looking really cool and modern and sharp. It's nice to see a bit of a change of pace there.
Yeah, our veteran ring girl, Audra. And then here we see some of these strikes coming from. See there's that big overhand right. Maybe the highlight of the punches for Olivarez, but then had to eat another one of those jabs. And you see Smoak is able to just stay just out of range there and still connect with Olivarez. That little takedown, I don't think it does anything, Alex. I think that's still a starting Smoak round.
Yeah, I mean, especially how they're judging fights these days. It's very damage-based, and kind of as it should be.
Yeah.
I know we all kind of got used to the cage control and top control and takedowns kind of being dominant, but hey, man, I'm not complaining as a striker. I'll take the damage criteria any day.
All right, here we go with our second round. Right hand there from Robbie Knuckles, getting back into that clinch position.
The long arms of Smoak just digging an underhook.
Yeah, going to be very difficult to take him down, especially whenever he's got to, you know, his arms are so high, his center of gravity is so high. It's going to be very difficult, and being that much taller, it's going to be very difficult to elevate Sterling Smoak. Not saying it can't be done, but.
So you see Oliver's hands are together. He wants to cut an angle to scoop that leg out, which he did. It's a pretty classic single leg takedown.
Now, Michael, Olivarez having the takedown earlier on in the round this time. What do we look for him to do here? How can he steal these rounds away and convince the judges he's winning this fight?
Well, he's got to do some damage. If they just stay in this spot and he kind of hammer fists his hip, probably not going to do much good unless that's the only thing that happens in the round. If this is it and it stays like this the entire round, then I would say, yeah, he won that round, but kind of by default. And so, you know, if he's got to get down there, he's got to do some damage. Number one, to get the round back, but number two, to keep from getting stood back up by the referee.
I mean, you can see Smoak's guard is, truly wide open. One thing I think would benefit Olivarez is maybe to step over into half guard.
Yeah, definitely. And Smoak needs to try to get his heels in the hips of Olivarez and make some space there. If you're going to open your guard, you got to do something with it. Otherwise, that's exactly what's going to happen, Alex. You're going to eventually step over. Those knees are pretty high, though. That's a high step to get over.
About a minute left here in the second round. It does seem like Sterling Smoak slowed down quite a bit here in this second round. Olivarez a bit slower as well, but on top and controlling the fight thus far.
Smoak maybe going for a Kimura. He's setting up that post. Olivarez getting his head to the inside was a great way to kind of kill that angle.
You see him go back toward that Kimura grip once more. Got the wrist control. There he goes for it.
Oh, he's got to get a hard bend in the elbow. He can get a bend in the elbow.
Yeah, that's going to be tough.
He'll give himself a good chance to finish this.
He's got the length
he's got to be careful here.
It's deep.
Olivarez got to be careful because this week,
almost, he's not quite on top. Nice, good job. He needed to invest in that little hip bump. See, I mean, Smoak's already done more damage in the 5 seconds he's been on top than Olivarez did for the whole 2 minutes. You know, threatened a pretty good Kimura, got the sweep, and has had active ground and pound.
10 seconds left here in the second round. Smoak on top of Olivarez here, looking to finish the round out just this way.
I mean, maybe bold from what we're seeing, you know, in modern MMA. That he may have taken that round as well. If they're judging off of like fight finishing damage, the Kimura was most notable, and the ground and pound was good.
Let's check out some of these highlights here from that second round. Very, very early on, there was that big right hand to get that clinch going.
Yeah, and you see as the punch landed, you saw Smoak kind of lean back out of the punch, exposing his hips, and that was why Olivarez was able to get him down this time. He exposed his hips. He was able to get in there. He got him down to the ground, but wasn't able to do anything. Here's that kind of Kimura straight arm lock. Looked like if he would have changed the angle just a little bit, he could have got that straight arm lock that I love so much.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But I mean, again, I think I agree with you, Alex. I think Sterling Smoak might have stole that round. Now, undoubtedly, Rob Olivarez's corner is telling him you're down 2-0. You got to knock this guy out.
All right, fellas, we have the ultimately, always entertaining heavyweight third round coming up. Let's see what these gentlemen are able to pull off here in this final round of our second fight of the afternoon.
You know, we were talking about earlier too. Now, granted, you can get Kimuras from bottom half guard, but had Olivarez not sat the full guard, I don't think that Kimura would have been as big of an issue. Oh, good right hand there from Smoak. Oh, loud body kick there from Smoak.
See Smoak running out of gas a little bit, but that jab is forever useful when you're 8 feet tall.
Went for a little Superman jab there. Ended up overcommitting. Olivarez able to get a little level change and find himself in the familiar position on top for the moment.
Sterling Smoak's coach is pleading with him to get some space between him and Olivarez so he can stand back up. They want to get this fight back on the feet just in case that, you know, that 2 minutes control time outweighed that, you know, 30 seconds of ground and pound that Smoak had at the end of round 2.
Yeah, once it goes to the judges' scorecards, you never really know what could be the determining outcome could be. You never know what they are looking at and what they're going to determine is the most scoring factor. So ultimately, looking to get the finish, of course, but Smoak very well could be up 2 rounds. You never know what his corner told him in between rounds. They're heading into the third. So maybe the urgency for him to get up may not be there if he thinks he's up 2 rounds. But Olivarez obviously knows he's probably down. We need to get a finish here.
Now look at the difference in position control with Olivarez here in top half guard. He's able to totally flatten out Smoak and, you know, mitigate most submission attempts unless there's some like negligible positioning from the top man, which there's not. And this just looks way more dominant. And like from a grappling perspective, you know, Olivarez is in the offensive position, whereas in closed guard he's not.
Yeah, and like you said, Cody, you never want this to go to the judges' scorecards. We saw it last night on the UFC Fight Night that we may have thought we had the judges got it wrong. Former Fury welterweight champion Basil Hafez went 3 rounds with the undefeated prospect and top 15 prospect in the UFC, and it was an amazing fight. Congratulations to Basil on that fight, but we all thought he won.
I think largely the MMA community agrees with us that they think that he did win as well. You know, sometimes obviously 30 seconds left here, headed toward the judges' scorecards. When they get involved, it's essentially flip a coin.
Yeah, and it was a split decision. One of them did give it to Basil, so it wasn't like they totally got it wrong, but I mean, man, it was just, it was something. And again, so whenever you take this to the judges' scorecards, you run that risk no matter how dominant you think you were in the fight.
10 seconds left here in this fight.
Man, so I mean, Smoak wins the first round. Olivarez wins the third round. You know, the second round, it was really close. I mean, I'm really curious to see how they judge this one. I think either way, neither guy can be too mad. I mean, really.
This will give us our first indication of kind of what the look is, what the favored, you know, we know damage, obviously damage, there's blood over there. I believe Smoak had a little blood coming out of his nose at one point as well. So,
I mean, if you
let's
look
check
at
these highlights out.
Potential finishes, oh man, look at there's the right hand to Smoak. Smoak had the Kimura, Smoak landed the better strikes.
That loud body kick we heard early on.
Olivarez did have some good control time.
Yeah, you saw that last body kick. You saw Olivarez kind of wince there, like, ugh, that one hurt. And then once he got in this position, Alex, this is the position that we like. If you're going to ground and pound, this is your position. Topside half guard, really good control from there. There's good punching. There's good clear punches from there. Most of the time, you're not in too much trouble of getting submitted from that position. So, you know, you lose a little bit of control, so you do take the risk of your opponent standing a little bit. But other than that, I mean, there's a quick control point to that also, to control that also. But you're right, man. This could be a close one. We'll see. Rob Olivarez asking us what we think.
Fun fight,
yeah, fun fight.
Yeah, very
sure.
entertaining fight. Always fun to see 2 heavyweights, but man, I would have got, if I would have bet all my money this was over in the first round.
Absolutely. Absolutely, yeah. I was there with you, Michael. I for sure thought it would be over early on, but here we are getting a first look at our judges for the afternoon.
I especially thought it was going to be over after I saw half of the first round. And so, once we saw that, I thought it was lights out.
Let's take it into Wayne and get the official decision now.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of combat, we go to the judges' scorecards for your decision. Brought to you by Live Oak Vodka. All 3 judges scored the fight 29-28, declaring your winner by unanimous decision, Sterling Smoak!
Sterling Smoak pulling off a unanimous decision victory there. We're right, 2-1 there. Looks like he did enough in those first couple rounds to get the nod.
Yep.